Oh.
Worker bees.
Yeah.
So I'm looking to see if there's any eggs in it.
What do the eggs look like?
They're little white specks inside of there. Oh yeah, there's eggs inside there. Okay, so if you take this frame and you got to put it in the light, can you see?
Yeah.
Can you see the little white larvae inside of there?
Inside of the ones that are plugged?
Yeah, the ones that aren't capped. So the ones that have wax over top of them are bees that are about ready to hatch. But the queen lays an egg and then it turns into larvae and they feed it. And then when it gets big, after they fed it for so long, then they cap it and it's like a butterfly. So it kind of builds a cocoon inside of there.
Yeah.
And
You can
turns
see
into
one in here trying to.
So the
Right
white
in
ones that you're, oh,
Right there, yeah.
that, okay. That's coming out.
well, it's building. Oh yeah, there's bee right there coming out. You can see that bee that's eating its way out.
So there's one per,
Yeah, one in each one of those things.
where's the white thing that you're saying?
Let's see if
So it's in an empty one.
Okay, so see how this has got white inside of it? This one right here has some white in it.
Yeah.
That's a larva that's growing.
Okay, and it grows to where it caps out.
And then they cap it off, and then it, just like a butterfly, it will create a cocoon, basically, and turn into a bee.
Huh, interesting.
Let's see if I see the queen on this one at all.
Yeah, this hive is pretty happy.
Huh.
When we first came to check this is one that we caught that was swarmed in the fire pit.
Yeah.
When we first came to check this, after we put them in the box, they were really, really mad. And
Really?
they came out. We got like 150 plus bees to the face, just taking the lid off, because there was a skunk or raccoons eating them. So they were fighting.
Possible
So
they still are getting eaten.
yeah, not so bad though.
But this is, if you're gentle, that's the key thing, is just being really gentle when you do it too, so you're not.
Disrupting it.
Now this looks like, I don't know, maybe not. Maybe that is actual.
Is that a bee?
Oh, you can see the eggs in these better.
No.
Can you see the eggs? The little white larvae inside of there? They're just tiny.
Yeah,
Okay,
I think.
that's the egg.
I see white. Well, I don't know.
Yeah, there's like a little, oh shoot, I dropped it. That would have been bad. See, like, I don't know if I turn it this way, if it'll be better. If I can see the eggs a little bit better.
Because these ones don't have.
No, they don't. That's what I see it, right? I don't even know if does that look like an egg in there? Maybe I'm delusional. Oh, there's one in there. See the larva?
It's kind of
inside of
deep
there.
down.
It's right next to this one. Let me see if I can point at it better. So right in there, inside of that one right there,
Yeah.
there's a, see that larva in there? The little white thing that's growing.
Is it in the middle of it or out to the
In
side?
the middle. It's just right in the middle of
Yeah,
that. It's like a little, it looks like a little worm, about in a C shape. That's the larva.
But it's very.
Yeah, it's very small, very. Yeah, that's the thing I'm not finding a lot of is honey. What I'm wondering is if we need to give them some honey and,
Some fruit or something.
well, just some honey. I think they're.
Does that train
I
them?
don't know. No, it just feeds them, because if they don't have enough honey, then it's hard for them to. Oh, now that's pretty, because see, you can see all the white on the one side. Let's see if I can find it. Let's see, can you hold this for a second? Just hold on to that like that. I'm gonna put this one back because I don't think the queen's on this one either.
And there's one queen per box.
There can be two. It depends on if they're superseding or. Let's see if I can see the queen on this one.
Is that larva in those?
No, that's actually wax. So what I did on this frame is to get them to draw it out quicker is I put wax on the frame melted wax and rolled it on the frame. And then that way they draw it out instead of having to produce it. And these down here on the bottom are queen cells. In case the queen dies or something happens and they need to make a new queen really quick,
Yeah.
then they'll take one of these eggs and put it in that cell. And the reason they'll do that is because she needs a bigger cell and she's fed a different concoction of royal jelly and honey and pollen.
And do you do that, or do they do that?
You can or they can. It just depends.
How good they're working.
Yeah, it depends on if they get too big and if their hive gets too small and they feel overcrowded, then they'll make a new queen and swarm. And that's actually what happened this one. This one was a swarm
Yeah.
And swarming because
because the hive got too big.
They left from wherever they were before, and they were trying to find a place to make a hive, and they ended up right in there. So we brought the box over and got the sticks that they were on and put it on here, and then put the queen in, and
I
then
can
got
show you
them.
that video.
Yeah, we have a YouTube video on it.
Doesn't have any, oh, it's got a ton of eggs in it. She might be right here somewhere.
so the eggs are in there, right?
Yeah, see all those little white dots that are inside of those?
Yeah.
That's larva. That's the queen.
That's before they've capped it off to.
Yeah, that's right when she's laid it.
The queen kind
See,
of looks
this
like a bee with a
this has got
mealworm, but
honey in it. So she's not on this side.
A bee with a mealworm.
yeah.
It does look like a mealworm at first.
So it's kind of well, she's easy to spot if
She
you're.
must be down in the bottom. Let's put this frame back in. Because let's see here. Let's see. This is not, but you can see the pollen on that one's these legs.
Yeah.
See the pollen that they're bringing in.
Oh. How long does it take to get
Here,
honey?
let's see. Let's sit that. Don't set that in that other box over there.
Yeah, I can do that.
So one bee in its lifetime will produce a teaspoon of honey. One bee.
Wow, that's quite a bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of
If you
pollen in
consider
this
the
one.
amount of-
You can see the pollen in this one.
That white. Is that what you're talking about, or is that
Yeah,
something else?
the stuff that's packed inside of there,
Yeah.
that's pollen.
Oh, I'm getting it mixed up with the larva.
There isn't any larvae in this one. It's all
So-
pollen. So all that stuff that's packed in there is pollen.
So is that turning into honey?
No,
Oh.
that's what they store. They eat that.
They eat that.
Yeah, it's one of the things that they feed the worker or the larva and stuff, and they eat it to survive. So they don't just eat honey; they eat pollen and. Okay. Hopefully we can. Oh wow, this game's got a lot of bees on it.
And that's all larva. I mean, that's all.
It's all capped bees
Capped.
ready to hatch, but they don't have very much honey. We should give them some more honey. I don't know if we have any frames that have any honey on them. Golly, you'd think this queen would be fast to find. I haven't seen her running around.
I feel like she's probably in the middle, in the bottom.
Yeah, it's possible.
Well, I'm only thinking that I know they move, but like that's I'm just thinking that's where we placed her.
Well, she moves all over. So she's laying all over, running around all over. Yeah, this is a really calm hive, actually.
You don't even have a glove. I
Nope.
No.
noticed.
The other hives I might have to because they might be a little worse as far as Kelly.
So if I'm scared now, then I'm not gonna do very well.
It's when a hive is really angry, it's
You'll
really
know.
nerve-wracking because
Yeah.
it's like your instinct is to there's bugs dive bombing my face.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they do. They do.
And so like your instinct is like run, swat, but like you're like conditioned to do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
But
like
if you do that, that just
makes it worse.
eggs them on. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like this guy
And
is
waving your
fear. They can sense fear.
yeah, so if you're just like calm and do the thing, then
Well,
they're
this
pretty
frame
okay.
I want to get rid of.
That what's bad about that one?
It's an old one that we used to have. The old type of frames, and it's just, see, they're not even laying on it, or she's not laying on it because it's so old. I bet. Let's see if
Look at them sitting there looking at us. Kind of funny.
Where at?
All these guys sitting here taking a look at us. Over here too. I was over here just kind of watching.
I guess they got a little bit of honey in this one.
Oh yeah.
Kind of interesting. Making sure we're not hurting anything and looking to see what's going on to figure out what they got to do.
I mean, I meant they're like, what do?
Oh yeah,
What
yeah.
do we?
Just checking to see if there were any eggs in there, but I don't see any in there. Okay, let's get this over. This one on the outside so we can kind of work it out of the frames. Yeah, this is a good one, but I don't see any activity on this one.
Is that's why you would put the honey.
She must be in the top because I'm not seeing her in the bottom. She must have been, we must have missed her because I'm not seeing any more eggs, even any.
Oh wait, I think she's on this one.
You think?
I thought I saw a really long one. I could be wrong.
Is
It was just a glance, but I'm probably wrong.
Well, or there are some bees that look a little longer.
Yeah, it could have just been a drone,
drone is
A male bee.
a male bee.
Most of those are probably kicked out of the hive by now.
Yeah, but they're quite a bit larger. They're really noticeable when you see them. They're like, you start thinking, oh, is that the queen? Because
So-
they're quite a bit bigger.
so they only keep the females.
They don't have a lot of. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the one. That's the worker bees are female, and then the queen bee is a female.
Kind of like chickens.
Okay.
With
That
the-
frame that we took out.
oh,
It's tight. If I can get down in there. Come on, get out of it. There we go. Just set that right there, and hopefully those bees will.
You just pull the one side off and to give you.
Yes, because I don't want to. I really don't want to roll the queen when when you pull it up. If you accidentally,
smush her.
yeah, because she's wider than the rest. That's all honey, so she won't be there.
What if the queen dies?
Then,
Would they all?
if they don't have fresh eggs, like 3-day-old eggs, then they'll die unless you help by putting another queen in there with them. Because
Or they'll run. Will they
No,
die or will they
they'll
run?
just die off.
They'll
Because what
die.
will happen is the worker bees decide to start laying eggs, and the worker bees can only lay male bees. They can't lay the female because they
Uh-huh.
haven't been bred, and they can't be bred. So they'll just start making all kind. Oh no, that's not. So they'll start making all kinds of male bees, and the male bees will just basically consume everything and kill the hive. Because they'll eat all the honey and they'll.
So she kills off the male bees.
Well, in the fall, all the females chase them out of the hive because they don't want them through the winter because all they're gonna do is consume
The food.
the food. Oh, there she is right there.
Oh yeah.
Where is she?
You can see her.
Oh yeah.
She's not a bad looking queen. We've got some that are bigger than that one. But she's trying to do. If we can find some honey, we'll put some honey back on this hive so they have more honey.
Where do you put? Just anywhere?
Just, we'll pull a frame out and put a frame of honey.
Oh. I was gonna.
So there's nothing up in this top box.
So we haven't seen anything with honey yet.
Not
Really.
really.
And you'll know if they're full of honey too, because they'll be really heavy.
Yeah.
Like it's really noticeable, like immediately.
Part of the
noticed when-
reason this one isn't is because, see, so they've got some honey there. That's
Oh.
in this box. Don't have any on this side. Really good. See, that's a frame that had a lot of bees laid in it. That's why it's so dark.
Uh huh. You can see the honey in there.
Yeah. Can you?
Yeah.
So
Okay, I'm gonna
What's-
set this one right here.
what's the difference between the honey and when it's full of larvae or whatever?
They'll be completely full and start capping them. So this year hasn't been that great of a year because it's been so dry.
Uh huh.
So I mean they're bringing honey in, but they're not bringing in like last year. Like last year, holy cow.
Last year was hot though.
Well, we had all that monsoon rain.
Oh,
that-
and that helps.
And I took them out to see. So this is one that I rolled wax on for him to work on using to build out. Yeah, but it's got a pretty good amount of honey in it.
And so they've made the honey cone.
So yeah, they'll draw it out. So,
So you
I
just roll it on and they make it into the hole.
Yeah, they build onto it.
so it takes as much honey to fill the frames as it does for them to build out. So it takes a frame of honey for them to build out the wax if they have to do it by themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas if they can just use the wax that's there and build it out, then they don't.
Then they make more honey because they're not using it to make wax.
Exactly. Okay, it looks like this is all honey. Let's go down one more. I just want to make sure there's larvae here because this was the one we took. Let's phase this one out. If I can. I guess this was a bad one too. Needs to be. Oh no, yeah. Scrape all the wax off of it. Make them start over. And then run that wax through a filter and melt it down and filter it, and then it will be good enough. All right, let's take this box off and just set it on this other one.
Want me to grab
Wanna
that?
get this one?
Whichever one you want. And then just set it on this box.
You almost gotta peel it.
Okay, that's good. Got honey and on it.
Yeah, it's got
Honey?
that one's got honey on it too. Both sides.
So what?
This
what
one I could take out of here because it's not even drawn
A little bit, not really.
out. It doesn't have enough wax on it to get a different one. But this is, look at this frame. So there is a queen, and they did get a new queen and got her going.
So this didn't have a queen before your.
Or she died and they fixed
No,
it.
no, this is the one that we gave to.
Oh, is it?
I gave it away to another person. But this is a good frame of.
That's not honey. That's the getting
Tough bees.
bees.
And they do put honey around it so that they can feed the larvae.
And so when you extract the honey, you don't take it from.
No, I
This-
won't take it from these. These are dedicated for queen, or excuse me, for bee populating.